Hey everyone, and welcome to the video today, and in today's new video I'm going to talk about everything we know so far about Bayonetta 3 as of June 26th, which is today. Bayonetta 3 was revealed back in 2017, and Platinum Games has been hard at work on it ever since. In fact, we're still anticipating the long-awaited sequel to release later this year, which I'm personally so excited about. Bayonetta 2 is one of my favourite games of all time, and I just love Bayonetta 1 as well. Following Nintendo's decision to include Bayonetta 3 in its recent financial earnings report, I don't know if you guys have seen that, but they have almost confirmed that the game hasn't been delayed, that it is still coming 2022. While we're waiting for more information on the release window, I'm going to go through everything we know so far, like the release date, gameplay, what platforms it's going to release on, so let's get started. So, starting off with the release date, we know that the release date for Bayonetta 3 is set for 2022. Developer Platinum Games announced the launch window during a Nintendo Direct in September 2021, if you guys remember that, where it debuted the first Bayonetta 3 gameplay footage, brand new trailer, cutscenes, and Bayonetta's new outfit, as well as some mechanics which I'll go into later. With just a few more months left in the year, because it's now the end of June and there isn't really much more time to have sort of a full blowout of information and reveal, I'm fully expecting Platinum Games and Nintendo to confirm the exact release window and date very soon, potentially in a June Direct or maybe in a September Direct where they say the game is coming out this month. Personally, I think it's going to come out in October because Bayonetta to me has always felt like a Halloween title. Obviously it's involving demons, witches, angels, that sort of thing, so personally I think late October or mid-October would be a good time to release the game. Next up, I'm going to be talking about the original Bayonetta 3 teaser trailer from 2017. The first teaser trailer was shown at the Game Awards in 2017, confirming that the game was in active development 3 years after the release of Bayonetta 2. Obviously this came off the sort of recent popularity with Bayonetta being included in Smash Bros as well with the Nintendo community. Whilst this Bayonetta 3 trailer doesn't show any gameplay, it does in fact act as a sort of mood piece designed to give you sort of hints at what the story could be and sort of drum up some hype and mystery with the game and what we could fully expect from a sequel made by Platinum Games. Now moving on to the gameplay trailer shown in the September 2021 Direct. 4 years after the reveal trailer, we finally got our first look at Bayonetta 3 footage during the Nintendo Direct in September 2021. In it, Platinum Games gave us our first look at the Nintendo Switch exclusive in action, teasing new mechanics such as letting us control the demons for the first time in sort of kaiju fight. It showed outrageous gameplay like the bit where you're riding the demon sort of on scraping and sliding across skyscrapers, looks really cool. They showed quick time events, action set pieces, a few tiny little looks at what the story could be in cutscenes, but overall this trailer was great and it drummed up such a positive response as it was the sort of final trailer shown in that Direct, which was to say we've got one more thing, and personally, like I said, I'm so excited for Bayonetta 3. Speaking of which, next up let's talk about Bayonetta 3's gameplay. The gameplay is set to expand upon the systems and mechanics last seen in Bayonetta 2 and the first game. Bayonetta is a series similar to Devil May Cry, an over-the-top hack-and-slash game which uses outrageous situations to amplify personal conflicts with the main characters, and the overall story of umbral witches fighting demons and angels in hell and in heaven, as well as the real world. So far, Platinum Games has only given us a glimpse at Bayonetta 3's gameplay, although as a community we have been able to analyse the trailer further. For example, we know that fan favourite gameplay elements such as witch time, torture attacks and her wicked weaves will be making a return in gameplay and in combat. Bayonetta can now essentially unleash multiple torture attacks at once, which is great. We also know that Bayonetta 3 will get a few new tricks, including Demon Masquerade, which allows the witch to temporarily assume a form of an enemy, so she can either sort of disguise herself, move around, adjust her position, or pretend to be a demon, for example. And there's also the previously mentioned Demon Slave, which allows us to take control of massive demon summons from previous games which were originally relegated to sort of button mashing quick time events and are now actually fully controllable in massive scale kaiju fights. So next up, let's talk about the story. Platinum Games hasn't given much information in terms of Bayonetta 3's story, although there are a few details floating around about the third game. The official Bayonetta 3 website describes the plot in these terms. Mysterious life forms appearing to be neither angel nor demon attack amid the ravaged streets of a Shibuya area of Tokyo, where Bayonetta then makes a graceful appearance. Why is she in Tokyo, and how far-reaching is the invasion to this new enemy? By the way, I'm about to go into major spoilers for Bayonetta 1 and 2, so you can quickly skip this part of the video if need be, and then just come back or go skip to the next part. If you played the previous games, you'll know that the ending of Bayonetta 2 sets up a time paradox, which ultimately sets up the first game in motion, where Bayonetta meets her past self as a child. We also learn about what happens to Bayonetta's parents. It does look like we'll be playing as the same Bayonetta we're used to, but we've also noticed that Bayonetta dons a similar costume designed to her younger self. People, such as myself, are theorising that Bayonetta could have been split into two different personalities, as in the 27 reveal trailer she is literally cut in two. So we may see one Bayonetta dressed in one way and one Bayonetta dressed in sort of the original design, or again, this is pure speculation, we haven't had this confirmed in any way, shape or form, but it'll be interesting nonetheless to see what story details we learn, what happened to the other characters, what happens to Jean for example. Again, we'll have to wait and see. But looking at the essentially both trailers that have been released, we have gotten two very interesting story details. In the first reveal trailer, Bayonetta is fighting sort of a ghostly blue entity, which obviously cuts her in half. We currently don't know who this is or what this is. And in the gameplay trailer, at the very end of the trailer, it's sort of like the after credits scene, it's shown that an enemy with white hair wielding a katana, well, we don't even know if they're an enemy just yet, but we do know they are a character, and they do look sort of like to be an antagonist or sort of a rival for Bayonetta, so we'll have to wait and see for more information on who these two people or things are. Obviously you guys know by now that Bayonetta 3 is the third entry in the Platinum Games long series Bayonetta. The first game launched in 2009, with Bayonetta 2 launching in 2014. The games so far have been directed by Hideki Kamiya. The games take inspirations from his previous work, such as Devil May Cry, as mentioned before. But as for now, hopefully we get to see some more info from Bayonetta 3 in a June or July Nintendo Direct, or a September Direct. Hopefully we get a more concrete release date set in stone soon. Hopefully the game doesn't get delayed to 2023 or further. I don't think the game's gone through development hell. I know they have stated, like Platinum Games have stated in the past, that they did have some difficulty sort of putting the game on Nintendo Switch, as the Nintendo Switch isn't exactly the most powerful piece of hardware, but we do know that the game hopefully will run great and look great. Bayonetta games always look really good. I think Bayonetta 2, they did a really good job on Wii U with that game, so I have high hopes for Bayonetta 3, and like I said, although we haven't had a release date set in stone just yet, I do think the game will launch in October of this year. Anyway, everyone, thanks for so much for watching. What do you guys think about the entire journey of Bayonetta 3, essentially what it has been on so far, and are you excited for it? Personally, I love the first two games and can't wait to see the third one in action. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!